Commander class is possibly the most inconsistent Transformers size class. See, originally Commander was meant to bridge the gap between Titans and Leaders, which was perfectly reflected in the first Commander figures. War for Cybertron Siege, Jetfire, and Earth... Actually, no, you don't get a title card. You already had a review. These two were big boys. Not quite the biggest boys, but still much bigger than Leaders. But this started to change in Kingdom with Commander Rodimus, who was not a big guy and was in fact quite a little guy, who filled out his price point with complex engineering and the other staple of filling out a figure's price, accessories. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing, by the way. I really like Rodimus and the complexity over size that some of these commanders bring to the table. It's just interesting how the idea of size class for commanders has changed over the years. And that's why today we're taking a look at War for Size. I already did the intro card. I can put something else here though. How about I put this here? This is kind of good. So who is Jetfire? He's an Autobot who flies and gets buried in ice. There, you happy? That enough an explanation for ya. What do I look like? TF Wiki or a pediatrician? I'm a baby boy, not a walking Wikipedia article. Baby. Now, Jetfire has had a number of toys throughout the years, from classics to masterpiece, but I honestly think that Siege is the definitive mainline Jetfire. But first, let's just talk about his design. I love it. This is the epitome of those simple and clean 84 designs. He's just a big robot with simple features like the wings to help him stand out from the rest of his buddies. The fact that he's as big as Andre the Giant helps him stand out too. I'm pretty sure Andre is still alive. They just faked his death because he was too big and too powerful, and the bureaucrats were scared he was gonna take over. He has like the most basic, nope, go away. What is happening? He has the most basic head sculpt known to humankind. I mean, it's just like a dude, but I still like it. Simple, yet satisfying. Also light piping. And the detail on this guy is just as slimy and gooey goodness. Now, the original character model that this guy is based on did not have this much detail. He was really smooth, like a baby. He just gets all these mechanical bits by virtue of being part of the mechanical detail line. And I really like it. Gives him a lot of definition. And if you want a smooth, cartoon, accurate one, off and go by Masterpiece. Dumb broad. But for being part of the Siege line, this guy is noticeably lacking in that trademark battle damage. While I don't mind the weathering of his contemporaries, I'm glad they didn't dirty old Jetfire up here. And speaking of dirty, this guy is clean. No hollow points, and that back is clean as hell, boy. Oh. Brainworm moment, brainworm tunneling through frontal cortex. I will say though, handle this guy with care. He does have painted bits all over his body that will chip if you're rough and nasty. Worms in the cranium. Also, I don't know if this is yellowing or if he was always like this, but some of this plastic looks a bit more piss colored than the rest. And I don't remember taking a leak on this guy, so how did this happen? But other than these minor qualms, I think this guy is nearly perfect aesthetically. I love laying my creepy little peepers on him. So how does he feel? Articulation is basic with wrist swivels and clasping hands with some really coolio engineering. When he has a fist, he has a little hole to manhandle things, but when you open it, poof, it's gone like magic. This is really neat, and it's a shame that this has never been used on a figure again. Armada Optimus really could have used this, but maybe it's a budget thing. I don't know anything about anyone. But I do know this. His knees, legs, arms, and elbows are all on ratchets, and he has a little neck joint with some molded in detail. I like that. I strangled someone out the other day. And all these joints feel good to handle, maybe except for the wrists, which could be a little tighter. Too much cranking. But what good is articulation if you don't have any accessories to pose with? We have two, Jesus Christ, man, these Siege gun names every time. F-25HS Photon Missile Sky Launcher Rifles, which looks great and can combine into an even bigger blaster. Like, seriously, these have to be two of the coolest looking guns I've seen on a figure. They tickle my little bits. And we also have blast effects to make them look even cooler. I lost one of them. Comment what medieval torture method you think is appropriate. Just not that one. Also, I'm gonna mention this now because I forgot to mention it earlier. You can flip the badge on his chest to be an Autobot or Decepticon, mimicking his turn in his debut episode. But for me, he's always gonna be a good guy. Anyway, we got two JF-15 HP Jet Boost particle beam cannons. I'm gonna kiss whoever named these. These can split apart for some reason, but are mostly gonna live on his forearms. We also have the Sky Shield aerial armor, which can open to reveal the stored Sky Shield battle mask. Okay, how much more of this do I have to read? Both of which can attach to Jetfire, and so can the SF-M2 radiograph boosters, which can detach and attach here. Now, all of this is to make old Jetty look a bit more toy accurate. While I do think it looks pretty cool, it doesn't scream toy Jetfire to me. I think some antenna on the head would have gone a really long way. As it is, it just kind of looks like Jetfire, but if I had to blood punch him to knock off armor. Oh yeah, there's also a computer core in his chest. I don't know what this is for, quite frankly, and I don't care. scale. Siege Deluxe Spinister, Voyager Megatron, Leader Ultra Magnus, and Transformers Devastation. Dude, this game is so good. Just kidding, we are talking about Doom Eternal, the Ancient Gods, baby. The Ancient Gods is the 2-part DLC to Doom Eternal, and is such an odd experience. Part 1 is the toughest vanilla Doom gets, with some really hard encounters that really challenge your mastery of the game. Oh yeah, and there's also these spirits that force you to use one of the shittiest weapon mods in the game, like these guys. Other than that, you know, it's a pretty fun DLC. And part 2 is fun as well, but it's just drop dead easy because the game gives you just an absolutely insane weapon in the Sentinel Hammer. And that final boss is an absolute joke. It's so easy. Like Dark Lord, more like Fart Lord. And although it is for babies, it's still a pretty fun capstone to Eternal. So the robot mode is practically flawless. How's the jet? And here we have the jet mode. The transformation is fine. It's pretty simple for a figure of this size, but I don't know. It's not particularly fun or satisfying. Like, it's not bad or anything, but I just get nothing out of it. And the jet itself is okay. I like the actual design of Jetfire's alt mode, but this rendition of it is just kind of ugly. Specifically from the side, like, yeesh, you can really tell it's just the robot laying down. I do still appreciate the detail on this thing, and I think it's passable to look at, but when you're staring at it for too long, it just kind of goes uggo, like your mom. That is, I'm probably gonna cut that out. This at least have some neat features that like 3 wheels for landing gear and can kind of roll. If you take the computer thing out, a Titan Master can ride up in the front and 2 can ride in the back seat. Just like you. You're a baby and you ride in the back seat. He also has these handles on his underside that other figures can hang off. I don't know why this is a feature, but like it's hilarious, so I'm cool with it. You can also combine all the accessories into this big blob and put it here, but don't do that. It looks gross, and if you do, I'll send 100 poisonous snakes to your abode. The jet is okay, but just far outclassed by the robot mode. Overall, buy this guy if you can. He's just such a fun figure to handle, which may be in part due to his size, but I don't care, to be honest. I like him a lot. I like what I like, man. And Hasbro obviously likes this guy too, because as of this video, he is the only Commander figure to be repainted into a new figure. Okay, and that's it. Boo-boo. And let's go to the wall. All right, here we are at the wall. Colin Carter says, paint chipping this, paint chipping that. What do they taste like? Chemical. Reese Mellon says, do you ever wash that shirt? That is a special odor. And Private Portal says, when is this guy gonna talk about Transformers Devastation? I don't know. When I feel like it.